Hey everybody, I'm gonna do some coasters, and this is just gonna be one layer for a background. So I want it pretty dark. I'm gonna do Etsy's Funshine Color Shop Blackbird, which is a black pigment. I'm gonna put some Hemway black holographic glitter in it, and I might put a little bit of holographic powder. I got it in a generic place, I don't remember where. I've got about 6 ounces of artist resin thin viscosity, equal parts A and B. I typically use medium, but I thought since this is going to be a layered thing, I'd use the thin for the first layer. I also have one coaster that I had etched and put some paint on, and I wanted to flood coat it to give it a nice glossy top coat. And I've got some little small molds that I know I'm going to have leftover resin. These are Geode number 3 coasters from Counterculture. They hold 2 ounces each, so I really only want 1 ounce, 1.5 ounces at the most for the background. And then I'm going to put a decal or sticker, whatever you want to call it. I'll show you that on the next step. And then I'll put a thin coat of clear resin to seal it. Maybe. Who knows? This has shimmer, but I'm just going to add a lot of sparkle to it, and I want it really dark. This is 6 ounces or so of resin. Also going to put some black alcohol ink in. Again, this is thin viscosity. I have only had it mixed for maybe 15 or 20 minutes, and it's already warm or starting to warm up. So when you're using resin, just pay attention to the if you're going to do like flower blooms and that kind of thing, you have to pay attention to the exact, kind of sweet spot where your resin is warming, and just be cognizant of that. We're not doing any flowers or anything, so I'm not really having to worry about that today. I want it pretty dark because I don't want to see the back of my sticker or decal. And then I'm going to put a half tablespoon or so of glitter first. Different glitters too will have different effects. I have one glitter that has a bluish purple cast. This does too, but you can see a little bit of all the colors in the rainbow kind of reflected in this glitter. So that's a good thing. Okay, I don't know what this is gonna look like, but I'm gonna try a little bit of this holographic mica. I think I'm gonna add a little bit more glitter. You just don't want to do more than about 10% ratio of anything to your resin mixture, because it can affect your curing if you overdo it with any glitter, mica. If you put acrylic paints, which I typically do not use acrylic paints in my resin, pigments or anything, if you go over 10%, you're risking a chance of messing up the chemistry of it and it not curing correctly. That's nice and sparkly. A couple more little things of Blackbird to just make sure it's really nice and shimmery and dark. Anytime I use mica, I try to gently fold it in at first. Some of them you have to disperse it with a little bit of alcohol or something like that. I didn't with this one, but you'll learn your micas, and some of them get a little bit clumpy and some don't. very few of the ones from, if any, from the Funshine shop where I get most of the Micas. That is Petra. She's in, I think, Germany, but her American store is in Texas, and Evelyn runs that shop, and beautiful people, fabulous Micas. I love them. Okay, so we're going to just start by pouring I have that song on my mind. Girl, put your records on. I guess the holographic stuff did something to it. I don't really know. It's shimmery, but it's kind of shimmery because of the glitter too, so. Use the torch really just more in the center. You can also use a low temp heat gun, heat temp tool. Okay, and then I'm gonna spritz with alcohol. That helps with any air bubbles on top. You're not gonna see them in between because it's gonna be really dark. Cover it to keep out dust and critters and things like that. I'll check back in about probably 5 or 6 hours. No, I'll probably check back in about 4 hours where it might be a little bit tacky, and then I'll put these, which are holographic, and they are white on the back. That's why I wanted to put it on something dark so you don't see this on the other side of it. This is going to go in the center of each one, and then a clear coat, unless I decide to do anything around the edges. That part I don't think I am, but you never know because I change my mind all the time, so I'll be back. Okay, it's been a few hours. They're not cured by any means. The thin resin cures slower to me than the medium viscosity. But I am going to place, you only get one chance on this. So if it's not perfectly centered, it's not perfectly centered. And then something small, I'm just going to kind of press it around just to make sure. These do not have sticky stuff on the back side. They were like just paper finish. So they're just kind of stickers, but you'd probably have to glue them if you were putting them on something else, but because it's in resin, it's going to stick to the tacky resin. But you can't wait too long on your resin or it'll be kind of semi-hard and you would have to find a way to glue the stickers down. So you have to really pay attention to your timing of your resin and make sure it's appropriate for the to stick it. So I intentionally left these not filled up. I might do a little brush work on that once they are cured with some either mica powders, which would be interesting, or acrylics and metallics or something. And again, this one is just, if if I can flip it without destroying it. It's just a glittery blue on one side, and it is a mold. I don't think I've ever mentioned it, but I got it on Etsy, and it's a etched 5-inch coaster mold, and it's like a mandala kind of thing, but they're expensive. So I only got one mold. So I had experimented with this deep blue glittery resin, and then I let it cure and I etched it with white. That's one, I haven't etched anything with white before, and I wanted to see what it looked like, which is, it kind of gives it kind of a chalky effect, which is kind of eclectic, or, you know, rustic chic. So this one is etched in white, and I think it's really pretty. I think I've seen people do pinks with the white etching and a soft blue with the white etching, and it has that old-fashioned feel that's very vintage, and I really loved it. So I wanted to try it on this, and then I like to seal it, and that makes the colors kind of pop again. If you don't seal it, the etching's not going to come out, but it's going to be kind of more of a matte look to your resin, and this way you've got a nice glossy coat again. So I'm going to wait on these probably overnight and let them fully cure. We will see. If it's 4 hours later and they feel hard, then I'll put a nice thin coat right down and be done with them. So I decided I want to put some sparkle around the edge. I hope I can do it and not cover all the black up. They're pretty firm. They're still a little flexible because it's thin viscosity, and to me it just doesn't harden as quickly. This is beautiful, beautiful Laura's Art Corner Ballroom Blitz. And as you can see, it's a holographic glitter type thing that really looks perfect with this right here. So I'm going to put a little resin. I mixed about 4 ounces, which is more than I'll need, I know. But I just kind of can't resist the sparkle. So I'm going to try to contain it around the edges of the mold. And I want it kind of thicker. So this is probably going to be a little bit difficult. And then on the leaf here and the butterfly, I took a cup and just put a little gold mica powder in it, a little holographic mica powder, Sparkle Miners Gold, which is Funshine Color Shop, and her Amethyst from Funshine Color Shop. Want just a little bit of a purple gold kind of feeling to it, silverish. The holographic kind of makes it silver. The gold adds a little warmth to it, and then just the hint of purple. And I'm gonna just take a small stick and just kind of layer in that last bit of clear on top. Now the butterfly does not have a area where it has a hole. The leaf does right there at the top, but the butterfly does not. So I don't know what I could drill a hole in it later after it's cured well, or I guess I could embed it in something. Okay, the glitter is floating in. I put probably way too much glitter in. It's kind of going over the pieces, and yeah, it's going to do what it's going to do, so I just have to let it do its thing. So I'm going to cover it up and see what I can discover tomorrow. I'll be back. Okay, so show you this coaster. This was the mandala that I got on Etsy, and it's not a perfect one. It was really just kind of a trial, but it was blue etched with white, and then the background is just a glittery blue. So that's 5 inches. That's a big one. Let's see what this little butterfly looks like. So just a glittery black background, and then on the front just a little shimmer. Just has a little depth to it. There's the leaf, and of course it's just black and sparkly on that side. I overflowed on the top on the leaf, and so I had to do some carving out of grooves, and so just pay attention to that kind of stuff when you're pouring these kind of resin molds. Did the little guys and saved the best for last. I like these earring molds because they're two-part. You connect them with a little ring, and then the earring on the top part. So kind of purple and glitter. Just something kind of fancy. These little flower molds are really cool. This is a little mini dog bone. All right, let's get down to business here. So just flashy. Yeah, the glitter moved, and I should have just left it totally clear, but I wanted something just besides holographic and black. So, and there's the reverse side, which is just a pretty holographic glitter in black. And then you see on the side there,